Freaks.
Freaks.
Yes. I got this one freak that I'm trying to get rid of from Jersey, though. She's out to here. Nah. What about that one you got?
In Sheboygan?
Yeah.
Retired.
Okay, listen, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
I got freaks 9 days out of the week. I can give him...
There's only 7 days in a week.
Man, you ain't big pop. I'm the big bad booty daddy. It's nonstop. Now listen.
English!
I have voices in my head, they come to me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates the Lord and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to rule your faith. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying. It's time to play the game. Time to play the game. Ha ha ha.
Yes, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pin Down Podcast live after Raw. We actually, me and Trey were talking about this. Where I said to him, I'm like, I think they might go 2.5 hours tonight.
I felt that too.
Yeah, especially when we hit that Damian match. I was like, okay, they might actually go this route, right? And lo and behold, they did.
They did.
They went 2.5 hours. Thank fucking God, because that last half hour fucking dragged.
Yeah,
it was
it
not
did,
very good. The rest of the show was pretty decent, and we'll get into that.
The main event didn't start to like 10:08, right? Eastern time, right?
Yeah, 7:08 my time. Yeah, it started about 7 my time.
Yeah.
So because that's when that the vignette hit or promo or whatever.
Yeah.
Hit about like 10:04, I think, for me. And then the match didn't start until like 10:18. I'm like, okay, this is the main event. They're gonna drag that out. Like it was pretty obvious it was gonna be the main event.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna at least go like 40 minutes, honestly. Sorry.
I was initially thinking
almost
it was the same 40 minutes. Like I thought, they're gonna go like nearly an hour.
They're gonna give these guys some time to work tonight. All right. But yeah.
Well, most of the time in the match was Finn Balor on a stretcher, so we'll get to that. Yeah. That was bad.
Yeah, when they hit that part, I knew it. Oh, okay, they're dragging it. They're milking.
Look, I mean, the main event wasn't great, but the rest of the show, I think, made well up for that. I mean, yes, we did get Penta's debut, so if you missed that, you missed a hell of a fucking match. There was like 2 little botches, but holy shit, that was a fucking... Yeah. I said it. I'm like, honestly, I would pay for this as a main event of a pay-per-view.
Yes.
I want, like, if not right now, down the line, you build those 2 up, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. I think Penta, I know they just brought him up, but I wouldn't mind if he's like next stop IC title right now. I wouldn't hate it if they threw him in the IC title division right now.
Oh, him versus Braun would be fucking wild.
Oh, I got a match I'd like to see, but I'm going to save until we get to the match itself. Making his debut. I'll tell you guys afterwards. But yeah.
Let's get right in to the show. All right, let's get right into there. Hello, everybody in chat. We do want to keep this a quicker stream, so we'll get to chat a little bit later. But we want to just get right into the show, and with that, we will start with what started off the show, which was CM Punk driving into the arena. All right, he drove in, parked, heel turn because he's taking away accessible handicap parking. It's kind of a heel move. He then does the Hogan
Cup of the Year. Yeah.
Cup of the Year. So, a little jab at Hogan, which is fine. Hogan's kind of a dickhead.
We do a little trolling. We do a little trolling.
We do a little trolling. We hate Hulk Hogan. Such a dickhead.
I had to kind of come back and watch it because I kind of missed the start of it, but that was funny when I saw that part. We did the Hogan thing.
Yeah,
he goes right through Gorilla from his car because he parked right at Gorilla, and then comes out, and then you hear, Cult of Personality. He gets to the ring. He says, basically, I beat Seth Rollins. That's done with. I'm going in the Rumble. Then Seth Rollins comes out. Seth Rollins is like, well, guess what? I'm also going in the Rumble. Fuck you, man. And then to kick it off, or I guess to end that segment, Drew McIntyre comes out and says, "Fuck the both of you. I'm going in the Royal Rumble to stop Roman Reigns."
Yeah,
I'm not
specifically. I don't give a shit about you two. I just don't want Roman winning. Which was all right.
I like that. I like the segment. Here's my big one problem I hate. I hate how everyone just declares himself for the Royal Rumble. So does that mean like someone like R-Truth can just declare himself in the Rumble? Like a joke? I mean, no, R-Truth. It's like everyone just always declaring themselves. Like
I don't want to know who's in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I always hated that, but if you're gonna go around that route, I guess this is a good way to do it and to tie up some storylines.
I'll say it. I'm okay when main eventers declare. I don't want jobbers declaring. Like if it's like the big names like Roman, Drew.
You don't want Akira Tozawa declaring for the Royal Rumble.
No, just be in the Rumble. Like I'm assuming he'll be in it. Just be in it. I don't want him to announce. Like no one gives a fuck if you announce it.
I'm with Trey on that one. Like Roman Reigns, declares himself for the Rumble. That makes sense. But like guys like like Finn Balor or something like that. I wish those guys would fight for the spot for the Rumble itself, right?
Yeah.
But that's just
that's how it was back in the Attitude and Ruthless era. Like the bigger names can kind of declare, and then like the lower card had to fight for the spot.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we get the end of that segment. We then cut to Chad Gable. Yes, Chad Gable, who last week it was set up that there was going to be an open challenge, right? Everyone kind of was like, okay, it's Penta. By the way, there's people online saying that Penta wasn't announced as being a part of WWE.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that his fucking logo was on a screen with his name underneath it last Monday. I don't know what the fuck those people are talking about.
And weren't we all like pretty much expecting him last week? Because they already set it up. It was gonna be like him and the New Day, right? It was Ray versus and a mystery partner. Yeah, and that was clearly gonna be Penta.
Well,
they obviously canceled it due to time, and so then they were like, okay, let's give him that singles match. I think this was the better direction to go.
Yes.
Well, even Triple H,
we'll get to.
Well, sorry about that. Like Triple H, like on the after show, he even said, "I'm pretty sure you guys know who we're talking about." He's like, "We're not going to insult your guys' intelligence." So everyone bitching online saying, "Oh, they spoiled it for everybody." They showed a vignette last week in the fucking the Intuit Dome. What the fuck?
With his name.
Yeah.
With
and the mask.
And his name.
Didn't the mask like complete? And that was clearly Penta's mask.
Yeah.
So it's with his name underneath it. Like that's the thing people aren't getting. Like it said Penta on there.
Yeah.
Which is why people freak the fuck out. They're like, "Oh shit, it really is Penta." Like
I don't know where these people were at last week, but apparently they must not have been watching the show, or apparently
it was early on during the show too. Yeah. It was after the first match. I don't understand. Even Sean Ross Sapp was like saying stuff like this. I'm like, you should. I don't know if you're trolling or if you just genuinely missed it, but I don't know how. Like, I feel like that's a big thing. An announcement, like a vignette for an announced wrestler.
Well, two
like
things.
Even somebody coming back. Remember how long people were bringing up? Remember Emma, and she had her fucking vignette, and then she never came back.
Yeah,
like people brought that up, but you somehow missed Penta.
Remember the Motor City Machine Gun vignette? It was kind of the same thing. We all knew it was the Motor City Machine Guns. They didn't really hide it at all.
And guess what? And Trey, they did the exact same thing because the last one was Motor City Machine Guns. And then it said next week. With Penta, it didn't say next week, but it said his name. And it's like, there's no one else named Penta. Like that.
Yeah.
That's not another wrestler's name. So, anyways, besides all that retarded shit, we get Chad Gable in the ring. He effectively cuts a extremely similar promo to the one that Kurt Angle cut on Cena when Cena had his debut match on SmackDown. The only reason I caught that was because I watched that fucking episode on Netflix last week, I think Thursday. And I'm like, holy shit, he's just cutting Kurt Angle promos. And I said, like, I actually like this for him. Like, he should be like a Kurt Angle, like an Olympian, and he should be cocky about I mean, he was in the Olympics. He didn't do as well as Kurt Angle, but fucking hell, I mean, you're still in the fucking Olympics, right? So I like the fact that he's bringing that up, and he's like, I am better than you people, you know, I'm better than these people, and he should kind of be a cocky dude. So, anyways, he goes on, and he says, "Oh, Adam Pearce, you know, I don't give a shit which luchador you put me up against. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna win." And then we go to commercial break. We come back, and all the lights cut out. Penta comes out. The crowd fucking popped.
Yeah.
That was wild. That was a fucking huge
That
pop.
entrance was great. Thankfully, you know, finally catching up to it when we got to the entrance part. Yeah, that crowd was there for that, man. That was like Austin, not Austin level, but I'll say like Triple H when he came back in 2002 level.
Yeah,
like if you remember that return.
It was I think it was a bigger pop than me and Mr. T were expecting, because Trey, you weren't there yet when it happened. It was a huge pop. Yeah,
they came alive, man. The San Jose people, they went nuts. Excuse me. Penta looked really good tonight. You can definitely tell he wanted to do some more AEW type of style of wrestling in that match. For example, like when he was going for like the selling the leg part of the match, you can tell he just wanted to get up and not sell it. But like I said, if he can be produced well, I think he'll have a very good career in WWE. And I think, plus, he won't be so injury prone like he was in AEW alongside his brother.
Would Penta have a pop like that in AEW?
They kind of do. Okay,
I don't know, man.
Maybe the first pay-per-view, what was it, Double or Nothing he showed up at?
That's what I was saying.
Double or Nothing. Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be like that every week. Obviously, it's his debut, but it's a good sign, and it shows you that people actually care and are into it.
Well, that too, and plus they're in San Jose, so it's very Hispanic populated area. I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. The crowd kind of popped for that little Ray vignette later on in the show. So
yeah. People were excited to see them. They were more excited to see Penta and Ray than they were Bailey, who's from there, which is funny, I guess. But to be fair, I've been watching SmackDown. I wouldn't be excited to see.
No, not right now.
That's not her fault. It's just that division there is booked so shit. That's another conversation for another time. One thing I really liked about this match, that Canadian Destroyer was fucking wild, dude. Where he just like popped up, like it looked like Chad Gable bounced on the very top of his head and then fell down. I was like, that's fucking wild. That might be my favorite Canadian Destroyer of all time.
Yeah.
Another thing I liked was, I wish I got a clip of this. It was this where Chad Gable has Penta's legs and he's looking to smash him against the ring post from the outside, and it starts zooming in on Penta's face, and it zooms in just as he's like screaming in pain, and he just goes, zooms in on his face. It's like, what the fuck was that?
You have to go back on replay and take a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and screen record and find a clip of that and post it on Twitter for everyone. I was like, this is a wild fucking clip here.
Yeah.
But it was a great match. There was a couple botches.
Yeah.
Like there was a slip up on the ropes. There's another one right after, but
that German suplex from the ring apron that he gave Pentagon Holy
Yeah.
shit. That was brutal, man. God.
I'll give Penta. He sold the fuck out of that too.
Oh yeah, his leg.
Ooh.
He was selling the leg the entire
Yeah.
time, which I
Yeah.
liked. The one
I'm liking what-
interesting thing I noticed and I was really happy about. I believe we only saw 2 super kicks in the match, which
Yeah.
coming from
Yes.
AEW is such a because it makes it mean more. Like the first super kick we got where he had basically him up on the turnbuckle and his head down between his legs and then
Yeah.
kicked him through.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell, that actually had a bit of impact and a bit of weight to it. Whereas if you just keep doing it over and over again, it loses its meaning.
Yeah.
And especially with a move like a super kick. I mean, it's pretty iconic.
Shawn Michaels, man. When he hit that super kick, unless it was like the Taker, that was the only time where someone's like, okay, they may kick out.
Yeah.
But
I
largely.
think why a lot of you see a lot of those super kicks being done is because it's quick to do. It's easy to do. So when you're in one of these like highly choreographed matches, you just fill it with super kicks because that's a filler. That's like a filler move. That's like an arm bar.
Clothesline.
Like,
it's the new
ones.
clothesline. I hate to say it, it's
And it
kind of the
shouldn't
new
be.
clothesline. It shouldn't be, but it's basically it's like the clothesline where it's a transitional move.
Well, in AEW, it's so prostituted. For example, the Young Bucks, how many super kicks they do in a night in a match? Like what, 20?
20
Probably.
over 20, even over 20, bro.
They just fucking prostitute the hell out of that fucking move. Less is more, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm with Cream on that. Less is more. It's more meaningful. 3 is the max for me. 2, I thought 2 was a sweet spot.
Yeah.
2's good, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually had a discussion because we were like, you brought this up, Mr. T. You were like, are they going to allow Penta to use the package pile driver as his finisher, or is he going to do the break the arm spot?
Yeah.
And then about 2 minutes later, he does both spots. So he does the break your arm. He does the break the arm spot. Chad Gable gets up. He's holding his arm, turns around. Penta grabs him, puts him does the Penta driver, and then pins him, and Penta wins.
Yeah.
Jackie Redmond comes in, interviews Penta. He does this basically thing of being like, I'm, thank you to my family type of that. He basically does like a Rocky promo, yo Adrian type of thing,
Spanish.
and that he's happy to be there, partly in Spanish as well. But yeah,
His English
I mean,
wasn't terrible.
No, his English was better than I thought it would be. It'll probably improve over time. Even someone like Shinsuke has actually improved his English a bit.
Well, he watches Sesame Street every day. That's why.
Him and Penta can watch it together.
I like that Penta's driver is different because Kevin Owens been doing the package pile driver. I'm kind of happy he did it differently because I was worried is he gonna do the same one.
It kind of is. It's a package pile driver, but it's not.
It's kind of hard to explain. But he does the package pile driver, but he like runs from one corner to another. It's kind of like a Liger bomb with the package pile driver. That's what he used to do back in the day, like when he was on Lucha Underground. I like the promo. The only thing I had a problem was when he took the mic out of Jackie's hand. He made her look like freaking stupid because when she took the mic out of her hand, he just she went straight to the corner.
She got Kevin Kelly'd.
She got Tony Schiavone'd. That's what she got. She got Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone.
She got Ian Riccaboni'd.
That's what they do in AEW. They take the mic out of the interviewer's hand. That's the interviewer's job. So you know what I mean? Let her do her job. You talk, connect with the people, but don't be taking the mic out of their hand. That's the only thing I had to gripe with tonight with the promo. Besides that,
unless he was a heel, that's the only time I'm okay with
like
it.
an MJF. Like an MJF.
I think that's one thing that is like, probably that's a habit that needs to be broken. But man, if the thing is like that's us nitpicking to come up with that. Like it was really good, and it started the show off really hot. And bravo. This is way better than putting him in a tag match with Rey Mysterio, and that's no offense to Rey Mysterio or the New Day, but like,
yeah,
he's probably
you just gave this guy an amazing fucking match.
he's probably made more money in one day selling stuff on WWE Shop and being over for one day. He's been in AEW for almost 6 years and didn't do dick all.
Fuck. Oh man, what a way to put it. What a fucking way to put it.
Him and his brother have been fucked over in that company. Like I said, they do what they want over there, but still, though, Tony really dropped the ball. You like I said, we're not going to talk about this, but we're going to move on. But like you look at the people that Tony's dropped the ball. Prime example. Why in the hell did Tony not make masks for Pentagon and Ray Phoenix? Why didn't he not sell it?
Yeah,
we saw the hologram mask. It might be a good idea that they didn't.
But they have connections in Tijuana. They could have got someone from the Tijuana place and made the mask and like sell like for $50. That should make that authentic mask. Besides like what we got with hologram,
like what WWE does, where they make an authentic mask.
Yeah,
Rey Mysterio. Like look at the Rey Mysterio. Even the Ruthless there, the amount of Rey Mysterio masks that were everywhere.
Dude, man. That's one piece of wrestling merch I would buy and just buy like a head bust and be like, that's cool. I'll put that up. I'm not going to wear the mask, but it's cool to just kind of have.
I have a Mysterio mask.
Honestly, I bet you wear it during sex, don't you?
Oh, yeah. If I go booyah on her puss, that's what I do.
Well, speaking of sex, we go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Finn Balor and Liv Morgan are there. Everyone's there except for Dominic. Dominic walks in with a bouquet of roses,
looking like
the
Eddie Guerrero from 2000.
Pure Eddie, just like his father, and he's just a kind person. I mean, let's be honest, Dominic Mysterio, face of all time, greatest face in wrestling.
Yes,
and I mean right now, not when he was a heel with Rey Mysterio. So anyway, heel Rey Mysterio is cursed. I never want to hear that happen. That's what they should turn
the animals. Heel. He was the heel in the animals, right?
I know. That's why it's cursed. Yeah. But anyways, we get all that shit, and basically Finn tells Dom to go get his bags. We actually don't know if Dominic was able to grab said bags because we don't see him again on the show. We don't see Liv again on the show. This whole segment, I guess, is just setting up that inevitable breakup of the Judgment Day. I assume it's going to be a Dominic Finn Balor feud at Mania. Yeah, I'm gonna assume.
My only question is, in the divorce, who gets Carlito? That's only my biggest question.
Honestly, I really hope it's Finn because I don't want to see any LWO type of shit ever again.
Yes.
Just let the Latinos do their own thing. You don't need to lump. Just because they're all racially the same doesn't mean they all need to be in one group.
Yeah, but remember, it's the same thing. Every black person has to be a group together, remember? It's the same thing.
Well, that's what fucking AEW looks like they're gonna try to do.
I mean, usually for all black guys together, it's called a gangbang, but that's
the Black World Order, the BWO.
And I guess what is Dom in the doghouse? Is that the story? Dom's in the doghouse with Liv right now.
Yeah. Kinda. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll probably get 1 or 2 good matches out of it, and then it'll run its course, and we'll still be dealing with it for a while.
Yeah.
My apologies. It's like 11 o'clock here. I'm tired as fuck. So we're gonna go through this quickly because we still got most of the show. We're not even finished the first. I think we finished the first half hour of the show.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of seeing this matchup.
Yeah, same. It's a good match, really but it's we've seen this a million times, and the wrong guy won. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, it should have been Ludwig Kaiser. Instead, it was Sheamus. Ludwig Kaiser is wearing awkwardly short trunks. It looks like he's gonna start wrestling in a Speedo at this rate. His trunks are shrinking, dude. Like he's straight up like wet pussy bait. That's what they're trying to do with him.
Yeah,
they're just trying to get women to be fucking wet while watching the show. That is literally what that's what's happening with him.
Dude, is he the new Fabio? Is that what they're going with him? Is Ludwig Kaiser?
He's the new Rick Rude. That's my thing.
That's
okay.
That's
if he starts calling the crowd fat and out of shape, I'm in.
Yeah. I'm not. I don't want to see men gyrating like that on my screen. I'm gonna be honest. Just
Being for
No.
real.
At least put a hot bitch with him so I can look over there while it's
He's
going
dating
on.
He's dating one. So
Yeah, that's true. A hot champion bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Sheamus wins, and that sets up Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the IC title at Saturday night's main event, which I believe is what, next Saturday?
yeah, next Saturday.
25th,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
next Saturday. Not this
Saturday's
week.
18th.
The
Next
following.
week.
Yeah.
So we still have another Raw before Saturday night's main event. I'm not excited for this match at all. I'm just tired of Sheamus. I'm really done with Sheamus.
You don't want him to finish the story of getting the IC title? Because
Nope.
I think that's what they're doing.
I
don't
think
think
they
he went
will.
to here. Not here, but they're doing that.
They'll do it at Mania. They'll do something. Give it to him at Mania. And
I'm
I
gonna be
hope
honest,
if he does,
I
I hope he retires
say-
the next night.
I think Kaiser's gonna fuck up this match. I have a feeling he's gonna fuck up this match, or he'll distract Sheamus, and then Braun wins, and then they'll do
He
Kaiser.
comes
versus
out with
Sheamus
Alex
some more.
Wright.
If I can intervene just for a second, what I would like to see happen is Sheamus versus Braun on the 27th on Raw in Atlanta. And I know Sheamus wants to win the title at WrestleMania. I get it. Great, right? But wouldn't it be something if they have the match on Raw, but they set up something between him and Bill Goldberg? Goldberg's in the back trying to get prepped up for what he's going to say. And then Braun shows up and just like totally just like shit cans him. Like, no one wants to see you, old man. Blah, 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 blah.
And then
And
Goldberg spears him.
Yeah.
When the ref is down and costs him the I think that might actually be, yeah.
And then they set up
Sheamus gets this moment. They set up that match that he obviously wants to do because he's effectively a fucking extended member of the Steiner family. Bill Goldberg's pretty close with them, with Rick and Scott Steiner. So, and that I actually don't. I think probably the best person for Goldberg to face would be Braun.
Not Gunther. Not Gunther.
No.
Sorry, hot take. Gunther. If you're gonna have anyone face Gunther, that's a legend. Like it has to be Brock.
And at least we know Goldberg will put over fucking Braun because he's like an uncle to him.
Yeah.
Like at least there's that. I'm tired of Goldberg coming in and beating like 30-year-old wrestlers while he's in his fucking early 60s, and then he fucks off, and then he just comes back for every Saudi show.
Yeah.
I'm really not a fan of that. If you are there for a little bit, like a little run, and then you leave, kind of like what The Rock did, better. Which is kind of what he did with his first run back with Lesnar.
He gave Brock he gave Lesnar the win back. Yeah.
I think that's what I want to see personally. That's what I want to see. I want to see Goldberg versus Braun because I think that'd be a great thing because Braun reminds me so much of a younger Goldberg, anyways. So it's like, why not just
get Goldberg and Steiner if they were mixed and made a baby? It's Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're a good bit into the show. Let's say hello to everybody in chat. All right, we did want to get it started, get it going because it is starting to get late. And I'm fucking tired, man. I've been up all fucking day. And I just sat through 2.5 hours of Raw, which was actually a decent show. So I'm happy about that. But let's see who all is in chat. We have Last Toxic Male. We have Conroy. We have Mr. T is here. We have the Mazza. We have Dominic Ryder here. We have Jack of All Casuals. All right. We got Cowman. Fucking Cowman is here, dude.
Cowman,
how are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a bit. Yeah, I'm surprised to see Cow. Are you fucking? He's probably at work. I'm gonna be honest. Cowman's out there working the corners again. We have someone new in chat. Hello, this is Zax Blee. He says, I think Penta was a bit bad at first until about the last 4 minutes of it. There was a couple botches in there, yeah. But I think it was handled a lot better than it would have if it was just a tag match. And botches happen. They do. It was a little botchy, and then they kind of found.
I'd rather them throw him in the deep end than a tag match. Let's be real. It would have probably been Ray mostly doing the match if it was a tag match.
Yeah.
And I think too, it's because he was trying to get used to the ring and stuff like that. Because I mean, That and plus the rings are totally different from AEW and WWE. They use rope, they use cable. WWE's 20 by 20, and I assume that AEW is probably 18 by 18, probably.
Like WCW, right? WCW is about the same kind of.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing: it doesn't sound like it would be that much of an adjustment, but
yeah,
it would be in the moment when you're so used to working one way. Indie shows are probably going to have that smaller ring too, just because you can pack in more chairs, that type of thing. So there was a couple reasons. I think we'll probably see him wrestle next week, and I don't know. We'll see.
I'm assuming
we'll see if
someone
that's
from
still
American
there,
Aid,
but
like one of the Creed brothers. You think probably next week?
That could be good. I'd
be okay with that,
the Creed
honestly.
brothers. Yeah,
probably Julius will probably pull it off.
Yeah, Julius. Yeah, him and Julius. Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah. That's probably something they could do. So we get the end of that match. Sheamus is going to be fighting for the IC title. Then we have Seth Rollins being interviewed backstage, talking to Sammy, calling Sammy a little bitch, basically, in a nice way.
Plus, he's taking on Drew McIntyre next week on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yes, there is that. They set up that match, so we're going to get that next week. That'll be good.
I'm looking forward.
You know what else is happening next week? JBL is going to be on Raw.
Yes,
that's right.
JBL.
He's back from TNA, I guess.
That's
just randomly. We're like, what the fuck, JBL?
He's going to show up on Raw. He's going to show up on Raw and just freaking promote TNA's Rebellion pay-per-view. That's what he's going to do, isn't he?
Joe Henry comes in a trench coat and a cowboy hat and clotheslines him.
Oh, if JBL clotheslines, like, I wouldn't mind if Dom came out there and he just clotheslines. Because I think Dom would sell the fuck up a clothesline from hell.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Dom versus JBL.
I'd be okay with that, yeah.
That could be good. You could do a little story there with.
I'm assuming he's going to
JBL's
come in as a
final
face,
match
right?
being-
We're assuming he's going to be baby face JBL, which is kind of weird to say, but yeah.
I feel like it's probably going to be somewhat the same thing he's doing in TNA. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see, but I would love to see him just come in like how he is on TNA. I would love to see JBL just go to random shows and start clotheslining people. And that's his new. He's like 911.
Yeah,
that would be pretty good. So next we get Gunther. Your favorite, the Ring General, or as Michael Cole says it, the Ring General. So he's going out to the ring, or he will be out in the ring. We get this shitty segment with Karrion Kross and The Miz and who else? Sami Zayn was in it too, and it wasn't very good. I'm done. Yeah, all it did effectively was set up a match later tonight for with Sami Zayn versus The Miz. There's not really anything notable about that match, so we'll cover it right now. Sami wins. I don't know. The Miz got a good reaction at least, but
more of a reaction than the match we're going to talk about later.
He kind of got jobbed out a bit.
Yeah, he didn't like any offense and outside of like the one DDT, right?
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided, but there's that. The new NXT champion, Obafemi, is in the crowd. He's there with the title. He's holding it up. And with that, then we get Gunther in the ring. Just basically saying there's nobody to challenge me for this world heavyweight title. And then we get just me, Oos. Day one ish, just me, Oos. Day one ish, just me, Oos. Yeah, so that's basically been set up, I believe, for Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. Even though Jay did cut a very passionate promo, he tries to be too black for my liking. Like he just
he really
I get what you're saying.
He's kind of giving off like J-Rock from Trailer Park Boy vibes.
Yes.
Like I'm waiting for him to like surround himself with just a bunch of black dudes and start wearing rags and shit.
They had the perfect setup for the Usos reunion. No. We got to still try this single fucking solo run. Jay doesn't work.
Rikishi
We
is going to
tried
be so
this
fucking pissed,
for a
dude.
fucking year. He's cut one good promo last year. And this one was okay, I guess. But it's the same yeet this, yeet that. I'm bored of it.
I just hope.
Put him and
By the way,
Jimmy back
Yeet-
together.
Yeet was a dead meme like when I was in high school.
Yes, same
That was
here.
years ago. Dude, that's like almost 10 years ago. Fuck.
Honestly, I didn't know what the fuck Yeet was until like 2 years ago. I had no idea what the fuck it was.
No,
It was
he
already a dead
everywhere when
meme
I
by
was in
then.
high school. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
You know, let's take a bet real quick. Do you think next week if he cuts in our promo Jey Uso, do you think he pulls Booker T's line and says, "Let me ask you a question, man"?
I could see it. I could see it,
Probably.
dude. I could see it.
Like he's
You know
speaking
what
of,
I want
like,
with
it-
Jey
it-
Uso?
I was just gonna say, like it really does feel like J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah,
Now, I don't
see
know.
it, yeah.
Yeah, which you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Scissor. You know that type of stuff where it's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like
What do you
with
say,
J-Rock, it's funny, but with this, it's just kind of like, oh my god, what the fuck are you doing? Like this is like weird. It's like it's
Yeah, like the
legit
part-
just weird, you know?
I feel like the part where he goes like, you're supposed to say I. He's like, me be doing this all day, oos. I'll be yeet.
Yeah.
And just like, dude, you're not black, you're Samoan.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing
What I
you're
want-
embarrassing yourself.
For Jey Uso, just have him get back with Jimmy, and then do them versus the New Day right now. That'd be like the hottest match you could do tag team wise right now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have the New Day win the tag titles and just do that at WrestleMania.
Hot take, Big Jim's better character than his brother. That's
Yes.
Oh,
He is.
Rikishi's gonna be so pissed that Jimmy isn't getting a world title shot as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we go into our next match, which had absolutely no crowd reaction. I thought the match was pretty decent, but nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah,
It
no
was
one
Dakota
cared.
Kai versus Lyra Valkyria for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, the finals of the tournament. The winner of this match gets the IC Women's title, and they will be the first champion. That person is Lyra Valkyria. Obviously, she got a little bit of a reaction. Dakota Kai, nothing.
Nothing, man.
Lyra Valkyria really dominated this match tonight. She really she got like the Brock Lesnar Shelton Benjamin treatment tonight against Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
I was very surprised about that.
Same. I was expecting a back and forth. I thought it was gonna be more just dominant. I mean, the right person won.
Oh, who got attacked backstage again?
Kyrie, right?
Yeah,
Kyrie saying,
Kyrie got her hand slammed in one of the little bins, and she was screaming like a mother finding like out her child just got shot in a gang, a gang battle gone wrong.
It's like Ricky.
It was like horrific. Bro.
Yeah, it's like Ricky from what's that movie? Ice Cube's in it. When Cuba Gooding Jr. What's it called?
Yeah.
Oh, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah,
it actually was like that. I was like,
Ricky.
what the fuck?
Yeah, she was screaming, Ricky!
Lawrence Fishburne was there.
Ice Cube's like, fuck, I'm starting the NWA. I'm out of here. National Wrestling Alliance?
I'm starting the NWA. No, that was after the NWA. He was starting the big three.
He started becoming a solo artist at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. So then we get that's about the match. I mean, Adam Pearce comes out, and there isn't much to say because it was very one-sided. And speaking of which, we get another one-sided match. That was the Sami Zayn Miz one. I don't think it's even worth talking about anymore.
No.
Sami wins.
No.
With that, after that, we go to commercial break. We come back. Rhea Ripley is in the ring. This segment was bad. So Rhea Ripley's in the ring. Then Nia Jax comes out. Nia Jax is now on Raw. All right.
Yeah, that's what they're setting up. Yeah.
She comes out, shits on Tiffany Stratton, shits on Rhea, shits on Bayley, who's in the crowd in Bayley's hometown. Bayley comes into the ring. Rhea and Bayley then whip the shit out of Nia Jax and throw her out of the ring. And that's the whole segment.
Yeah, that's it.
Can we? I like Rhea Ripley, but can we just like, all three just like sit back and just like look at this for a minute? Is it just me, or are they pushing her like Roman Reigns was back in the day, just pushing her down her throats every fucking?
Yeah, they're getting
It
there.
is. The difference
I
is
love
people
Rhea,
actually like Rhea,
Yeah,
and she's a lot more ready for it than Roman was.
Yeah.
But WWE has this problem, dude. If they have a top person, they push them down your fucking throat. They did that with Cody this past year. Not when you got to Daniel Bryan as well. Austin. I don't know if you remember 97 Raws, dude. 97 and 98, Austin was fucking on the show.
But I think
like
that's the best way to
times
do
a
it.
night.
Argue that was the best way to do it. I don't know what happened.
It's one of those things where it's fine if the person's actually good and the material they're given is actually good. When the person isn't ready, like in the case of Roman, and on top of that, the material really wasn't good, like suckering Succotash. Remember that was part of one of his promos.
Yeah.
I don't think
blue eyes. Remember that? The fake blue eyes. Yeah.
Stuff like that where it's like you're giving this guy shit material, and on top of that, he just wasn't ready. He became ready when he came back after COVID. He was ready then, and on top of that, you also had Paul Heyman to help. But I think him on his own now, even without Paul Heyman, I think he's got it. It clicked for him finally.
Roman's just a natural heel. He just really is.
Agreed.
He's a natural
or tweener at most.
Because remember,
what they're doing with him right now.
People fucking loved him. When he was in the Shield and he was a heel and he looked like, holy shit, this guy should win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Going into WrestleMania, what was it, 30?
30,
31? Yeah. That's
31, that was where people were kind of like, we're getting off the Roman train here.
They cheered the shit out of him when he was the last one against Batista. They hated Batista. They did not want him to win at all in that Rumble match. They want really Daniel Bryan, but since Daniel Bryan wasn't in the match, they were really pulling for Roman.
Yeah.
And then next following
people were upset when it was Rey Mysterio in there, though.
Yeah, Rey. Yeah.
Or was that the next
year? That's the same one.
No, same one. Yeah.
Yeah,
because people thought it was going to be Bryan at number 30.
Then plus, that was Punk's last Rumble before he left. The next day,
yes, it was. Yeah, that's like 11 years ago now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So next we get our main event of the night: Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. I did not like this match at all. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Halfway through this match, I started playing Spyro.
Yeah,
Spyro gameplay, pretty good. I rescued about like 5 or 6 dragons. It's pretty lit. But yeah, with the match, it was not very good. I kept an eye on it, of course, and I had the audio, and I was paying attention to it, but it's just like I couldn't put my whole attention on it. It just half the match was Finn Balor being stretchered.
Yeah.
Like there was like 2 commercial break, I guess, type endings. You could count just with that. It was bad, and all I have to say about it was it sucked. Damian Priest wins. I'll let you two go on about it, but it was just bad.
Wrong guy won. He's Finn Balor now, man. It's the me. He's Finn Balor now. It's
my thing is I understand why they did the stretcher spot, but to me it was too comedic. I don't know why. It was too comedic.
I agree. It was very comedic. And then when Damian ran to get him and start beating the shit out, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like here's the thing, if Finn was a little bit taller, what's a song? I wish I was taller, wish I was a baller. Fucking Finn, if he was big enough, right, and beating up Damon and get his heat back, that makes sense.
Bro, you're worse than Jey Uso. What the fuck was that?
Anyway, literally, if they would have had reversed the role, if they had Damien on the stretcher and Finn was being the ruthless one, I think that could have worked.
Yes.
But no one's gonna buy Finn, who's only 5. What is Finn? Probably what 5'9", probably 5'10" with shoes, probably. It ain't gonna look right. So you need him to do you need Damien to pull that off. But the way that he did it was so comedic. It was like Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. Like how you wouldn't get out of the ring, and like they had to get like the backboard and take him out to the hospital. it was too much. It was too comedic for me.
It just didn't. The spot. It was the exact same spot that happened with Cody on SmackDown, effectively, but just a little higher up. It didn't warrant that type of
response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cody's not pinned Cody like we call, the meme, pin Balor. It's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's eaten a lot. It's way too many pins, especially for being like the head of a faction.
Yeah.
It should be more McDonough taking those pins or
one
Carly.
of my ideas was maybe Dom, even inadvertently, cost Finn the match. I would have been okay with that.
You set it up like a feud like that, but there wasn't anything like that. Damian won pretty cleanly.
Yeah.
And that's how we went off air with Raw.
Well, we forgot the Viking Raiders came out too. Michael and
the War Raiders came out. Yeah.
Pat McAfee said Raw is war. So yeah. Berries.
Pat McAfee was fucking bad tonight, man.
Yes,
I don't know
was.
if that's. You know what I think? It's got to be that schedule of college football. The man needs some fucking sleep, like because he was off all night. It's just it's a weird.
He was great last week.
Ending.
The stuff with Dom was funny as fuck last week, and then this week
I think he's just tired, man. Like he's on that college football schedule, right? So he's flying all over.
Yeah.
He's flying out of Indianapolis to another place, and then he's flying back to Indianapolis to do a show, and then he's flying out to California to do Raw again because 2 Raws the last 2 weeks they've been in California for Raw. So that is he's got a pretty brutal schedule. So I think that's what it was because he's usually really fucking good.
And plus, he's going back to Indianapolis tonight because he already announced that he'll be back in the studio tomorrow in Indianapolis for the Pat McAfee show tomorrow. So I mean,
and he's got to be though. Like that's the thing. Like all the sports seasons are gearing the fuck up. You got the college national championship going on.
Yep.
NHL's getting close to the end
Super
of their
Bowl.
season. NBA. Yep. We have football playoffs. We're going to be getting closer to fucking spring training starting. So, like, there's a lot of sports to cover in this part of the year. So, I understand I can only hold it so much against them if the commentary's off for the next bit because it's just, you understand the circumstances and it's like, all right, this guy's fucking burning the candle at like every possible fucking angle. But yeah, I mean, what a bad ending to such a good show. And I still think the show was really good because it was really only that last half hour and they dragged that Finn Balor segment was the entire half hour. The last half hour of the show. It dragged too much.
I did post something in Discord. Apparently Pentagon's match went overtime. And
really?
Talent was pissed. So that's one of the reasons why they shortened the show apparently. So don't know. But I did post it. So yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know if you want to bring it up.
I thought that was a good. It's probably not a great way to start working at a company, but I actually really thought the timing of that match was really good.
It was probably between that and probably the promo that took him over.
Yeah, the promo. I think it was promo.
But you know what? I think in that case it happens once. I would let it slide personally. It's like, all right, the guy debuted. Like, he's not going to be cutting a promo like that every time.
He came from AEW, where people go do overruns when the show doesn't end like 10:17 Eastern time. So, I mean, let's give him some slack.
Yeah.
Is it Mike Johnson who's reporting this? I know it's PW Insider, but is it Mike Johnson or one of their other guys?
Usually, if it's Mike Johnson, I'll say Mike Johnson from PW Insider, but I don't know who this insider is.
Let me take a look. See. Open link a new window. Let's see. Nah, nothing. It just says that. I thought maybe they linked an article there because sometimes they'll do that, but so that'll be interesting. I think people will chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I honestly, I just give the guy it's his first show. You guys,
real.
Yeah.
2.5 hours, I'm actually okay with that being the time. And every now and then you go over to 3. Let's be honest, especially with SmackDown being 3 hours. You know what? 2.5 hours Raw.
Who did they cut? What would they have cut? Because that Balor Finn match should have been cut down fucking further.
And let's be real, all the big hitters came out. Punk, Rollins, McIntyre, Rhea, Liv was on the TV.
Even New Day. New Day was out there.
New Day, Braun Breaker, Sheamus.
Maybe that's why the Valkyria match. Maybe that's why she dominated, because they had like 2 segments, right?
Maybe that might be also why we didn't see anything else from Dom. Like that.
Yeah.
That just kind of, unless they. Although part of me thinks that was just their plan for him. It's just to write him off the show for the night.
I didn't think he was going to be on the show at all. To be honest, he wouldn't have fit outside of the interference spot I set up.
Maybe the Miz and Sami Zayn was supposed to go longer.
Yeah.
That was a really quick match. That was basically a squash match. So I could see that. I don't know. I just think
need more time though. You're asking me. I don't think you needed more time.
If you're going to make it a more competitive match, then I would say yes. But they may have had to switch things up a bit.
They probably
a couple of matches.
Probably going to be like going off like around 10:50 Eastern time, probably. Maybe that was the original call. But they're like, you know what? It's 10:30 right now. Let's just cut it. So
yeah, I mean the guys used to being in the company where you can go over and there's no problem.
Yep.
And on top of that, it's his first show. Give him a fucking break. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You all wanted to go fucking over on your first show. You wanted to get as much airtime in there as possible and savor every moment of it.
Yeah.
He's not going to be going over every fucking week, or else he won't be in the company anymore. So you won't have to deal with that problem.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. What other match was going to meet the quality of that? Because I don't think any other match did. I think that was by far the best match of the night.
Yeah.
The closest would be Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus.
And probably maybe the third, maybe a close third, maybe close second, probably the Intercontinental title match for the women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a really good match. The problem was there was just no reaction.
Yeah.
But that was our Raw recap. Any final thoughts on Raw?
Good show. Good show minus the ending. I guess I'll be honest. I think last week was better, obviously, because bigger things happened. But this is a good week, and I think next week's show could be good too. I mean, if you're really being honest, like I mentioned, all the big hitters came out. What was going to be cut anyway?
Yeah,
like all of them. Jey Uso was out there. Your world champion was out there. What more do you need?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the show was okay. I think it was a good show. I'm not gonna say it was like better than last week's. I thought, let's just be real. Last week we had a lot of star power on that show. Not saying star power this week, but just piggybacking up on the Pentagon thing. It's his first night at the company. I know everyone wants to get their shit in. Everyone wants to be on TV, but the guy fucked up. If he fucked up, he fucked up. Let's just move on from
You only debut once.
Yeah, you only make a good impression once. First time.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope people aren't actually. I hope this is like bullshit. This is like some Meltzer bullshit type of thing. PWI is a lot better on their reporting than old Davey Boy is, but I hope it ends up being kind of bullshit, or people are just heated in the moment and they calm down, because it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. It's the guy's fucking debut. It's the first time he's ever wrestled for WWE in any capacity that I know of. I don't think he ever wrestled for them at all. Even tryout matches, I don't even think he had.
I just thought of some. Did they maybe cut Rhea's promo? Like maybe she was supposed to do more of a promo about getting the title back before Badass Nia came out. But even then, I'm fine with that. Yeah,
I don't want that from Rhea.
No.
I want Rhea to move on to something else now.
Yeah, I don't need a passionate.
And sadly,
promo like
it looks
that.
like it's going to be fucking Nia, which is
yeah.
Their match at Elimination Chamber was hot garbage. I don't want to ever see them touch.
But I think on that
every Nia match is about hot garbage. I'm not a big fan of Nia Jax.
Yeah,
I think if you put in a little bit more effort.
Well, it shows too. She's a title merchant.
Yeah.
Her fat ass can't stay away from a title.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Helps when your fucking cousin owns part of the company too, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And your cousin's practically the face of WWE and Roman Reigns too.
Well, I think we said all we want to say about Raw tonight, so I think it's time to go home.
Yeah, I think it's time for us to head out. Thank you everybody for watching. We will be back Wednesday after Dynamite, 10 p.m. Probably a little later because they always go over. But as soon as Dynamite goes off the air, we'll be live. We'll cover that, and then after that, we'll see you Saturday. But the next time we'll see you is Friday. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you hit the like button, okay? I should have said this earlier. If you can, hit the like button. It does help. Subscribe. It does help. Share this with your friends, your fucking neighbors, your grandma, your grandma's grandma, your grandma's grandma's grandma. Really just send it to all the bitches in your family. And with that note, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Just really stupid.